Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
You's a two itty bitty bots. You know can hurt anyone. Oh yeah. Oh no. You suck. Now what?
You do suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at two figures from Transformers Power of the Primes. It's Battlelash and Roadtrap. So I found these figures at my local Walmart, and I was really surprised to see them. Didn't expect to see them there. This is kind of the homage to the Duocon Battletrap from Generation 1. Where you had two vehicles. It was a helicopter and a truck, and they combined and they turned into a robot. And what they've done in this line, we've gotten two smaller Scout class robots that turn into a helicopter and a truck respectively, and then they can combine to make Battletrap, which is really cool. Now the weird thing is Roadtrap here actually rung up, but Battlelash, it did not. It said it wasn't available in the system, and they went ahead and rung up Roadtrap for me twice so they could sell them to me, which was very cool of them, so thank you, Walmart employee. I do appreciate that. And I figured since it's a Duocon and they combine, we'll go ahead and take a look at both of them in this video. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Alright, so here we have Battlelash and Roadtrap in package. I really hope that we get a Flywheels out of it. He was the one, I think it was Flywheels was his name, where he was kind of a purplish, reddish maroon jet that combined with a green tank to create another Duocon. Those were the two Duocons. This looks cool, but I really hope we get the other one. That'd be a lot of fun to have as well. Yeah, so he turns into the helicopter, he turns into the truck. We get the artwork of both of them up there. It says Transformers Generation, and then we get their alternate modes. So yeah, there's the artwork there on that guy. There he is. Here's his truck mode, and then the same over here. So there his artwork, looking cool. There he is. There's his helicopter mode, looking all types of cool. And the back of the packaging on these guys, very similar. Helicopter, robot, vehicle, robot, and then their little dude can drive, or a little dude can drive. I don't think they have a little dude. But yeah, these are the Power Masters, or the Prime Masters. And then they've got little write-ups on each one, so kind of a close-up here. Ding! If you want to pause and read Battletrap, there you go. And then here's his back artwork. Pretty cool. There is, you can use the Prime Master figures. And then here is Roadtrap. If you want to pause and read that one, you are more than welcome to. And then here is his artwork. Very, very cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging on these guys. Let's go ahead and get them out of box and see what we think. Alright, so here we have Roadtrap and Battlelash out of package, and I gotta say, I really do like these figures. These are pretty cool little guys. Now, we've never actually had in the G1 a version like this where they had their own independent robot modes. The G1 version, it was one robot that turned into two vehicles, which I always liked, always thought that was cool. Flywheels was my guy, though, because that's the one I had. I always liked this one, but I never had him. A friend of mine had him, and we used to, you know, have the two of them battle, even though they were both Decepticons. But yeah, they were definitely cool. I loved the concept as a kid. I still do. And now we get a more detailed version, I guess, of it. And I don't mind the fact that they're individual little robots this time, because that means that you can have one and not the other and still be able to play with it, which is very, very cool. I'm surprised, though, that this did not come in a 2-pack set for like Walgreens, kind of like the clones did. I'm really kind of surprised about that. This would have made more sense to me as a set than the clones, but hey, you know, I guess it is what it is. And it's kind of fun to be able to go out to the mass retail and be able to pick up two figures that can combine together. It just really reminds me of the old school Transformers when you used to collect like the Constructicons and Predacons and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, these guys are definitely pretty cool. They have a pretty good range of articulation for how small they are, which is nice. Looking at Roadtrap here, so his head moves back and forth. He's got a ball socket up here at the upper arm. He's got a ball socket at his elbow. He does not have any waist articulation. He kicks that far forward, kicks back pretty far, kicks out like that. He's got a ball joint at the knee, which is nice, but he doesn't really have any ankle articulation, which, you know, that being a very small little Decepticon doesn't really surprise me. Battlelash has similar articulation, so his head moves back and forth like that. He has no waist articulation. He has a ball joint up here at this upper arm, a ball joint at the elbow as well, ball joint at the hip. He kicks that far forward, kicks that far back, kicks out really far. His hip joints are a little bit tighter than this guy's. This guy's really isn't tight, but or loose, but it's not as tight as this one is. And he's got ball joints at the knees as well, and no foot articulation. This guy kind of reminds me a little bit of Megatron with his design of his helmet and the color scheme, and he's got that big black propeller that just reminds me of Megatron's gun. But overall, these guys are definitely pretty cool, and I love their style. So taking a closer look at Roadtrap here, I really like his design. He kind of reminds me of a mix between Breakdown and Rumble. Nice big red eyes. I like all the silver paint apps, the yellow paint, red paint all over his chest. Looks really good. He's got his tires up in his upper arms. Very, very nice. The back of the body is pretty hollow, which is not surprising considering how small the figure is and the way that it transforms. I can kind of see why they designed it that way, but it doesn't look bad. I guess there's just not a lot going on back there. Overall, I think the design of this character is pretty good considering, well, he's never existed before. Now looking at the midsection of Roadtrap here, again, his arms are kind of small and I wish they kind of stuck out a little bit more, but it is what it is. I like the yellow and the black on his waist there. His legs come together pretty decent. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It's not a bad design at all. The backside, again, very, very bland. It's very hollow-ish. He feels very thin looking at him on the side because of the way he's designed and how he transforms into the legs for Battletrap. But, hey, I mean, it is what it is. It works, and again, from the front, I mean, he looks really, really good, and I like the design. Now, taking a look at the legs of Roadtrap here, he's got some nice, great big clunky feet. I'm definitely digging it. I love how both feet are the front of the truck. The red cab, very cool. The yellow headlights, silver paint, all that looks really nice. And he's got these really big heels that allow the figure to stand very well, both in this mode and in the Gestalt mode. Again, a little bit hollow in the back, but not too terribly bad. I think it looks a little bit better than the upper part of the body on the back side, but I mean, you look at these guys from the front anyway, so what's it matter? Now taking a closer look at Battlelash. Again, I like the design of the character. It's a new character design. He's got a very Megatron look to me with the little bucket head. He's got the silver paint there. I like the black Decepticon logo. I think that looks cool. Just the color pattern is that kind of dirty off-white and black. Very nice. He's got his jet canopy on the back with the light blue paint jobs. All the little red paint apps back there look cool. The purple Decepticon logo looks nice over that kind of light blue canopy, looking very cool. He's got the little black paint apps on the side of his arms. Overall, I mean, he captures the look of a Decepticon, and I'm definitely digging this design. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, you know, this is where it kind of gets a little because it is a smaller bot. His hands, not too terribly bad. I wish the helicopter blade folded up into one piece, into a weapon. I think that would be kind of cool. His hips just kind of come together. He's kind of hippie for a bot. He's got big hips. And then the nose cone just kind of folds up a bit. And I think that's the weakest part of the helicopter, is actually the nose cone. I wish that could have been hidden a little bit better than what it is, but I mean, it works. You can't really tell from the front of the figure. Overall, I mean, it's a decent design, but yeah, I don't know what I could have done better. And finally, taking a look at the legs of Battlelash here. Again, not too terribly bad of a design. He's got some pretty thin legs, but it doesn't hamper the way he stands. It stands perfectly fine. I like the blue paint on his feet. I think that looks pretty good. There's not really black on his kneecaps. It's more of shadowing. Not much really going on paint-wise on his feet. The helicopter blade hangs down just about perfect so it doesn't drag the floor, which is cool. The back parts of the helicopter kind of fold up to the sides. And I kind of wish they folded to the back. I think that would have been a little cooler, but yeah, it works for what it is. And again, even though the feet are substantially smaller than Roadtrap's, it doesn't hamper the way it stands or poses. For comparison, here we have Battlelash in Roadtrap next to the Walgreens exclusive clone set. And they're the same size. They're exactly the same size, which is very cool. I like the scale of figure. I think it's pretty nice. And the fact that they combine to a larger figure that's almost a deluxe size is very, very cool. Definitely neat. I really do hope they make the other set for these guys to have their clone brothers, which would be very cool. I know they do have them in Takara sets, but that's super expensive, and it'd be nice just to get another set of these guys from Walgreens. So come on, Walgreens, let's make sure Hasbro gets that second set out, and let's get another set of Duocons out while we're at it. Now, Battlelash turns into a helicopter and Roadtrap turns into a blue truck. These are the alternate modes that the Duocon Battletrap had, and they look pretty faithful to the G1 counterparts. So let's go ahead and transform these guys into those alternate modes and see what we think. So here we have Battlelash and Roadtrap in their vehicle modes, and man, this guy is a wobbly mess. I always forget, you basically have to put this guy into leg mode and then get this back piece out here like that to get him into place. He's just really weird and awkward and a fumbling mess until you get everything clamped together. Then he gets real solid. It's very, very strange. But for the most part, the vehicles look pretty decent. He's got a big gaping hole in the front, which is the connector piece to go onto Roadtrap, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. And this guy's got this weird kind of back piece back here that sticks out. I kind of wish you could have put like some kind of crane or something back there and made him like a tow truck or something. But he really wasn't that in the original version either. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, it harkens back to the original figures, which it works for me. So taking a look at Roadtrap really quick, his head, or cab I guess, not really head, but the cab doesn't line up on mine all that great. I never get it quite right, which is a bit unfortunate. I like the paint job up here, looks decent, everything clamps in. We got, looks like a port for a weapon that just never came about. And then the weakest part is going to be this back end with all this back here. It kind of, I don't know, they kind of make it look a little Cybertronian maybe, but it just doesn't really work well. What really surprised me is the fact that the wheels come out and you get the little suspension on the front, which is very nice. That's very cool. It's got the little tow hook up front. Very, very cool. Very, very nice. And then Battlelash here in his helicopter mode, the blades do spin like that, which they're supposed to. That's always fun. I always like that. Love the cockpit, love the design, love the Decepticon logo. I think that works really well. The little red paint apps are nice. Black paint apps on the side. He's got the rear rotors looking kind of cool. They're a little bit small, but it is what it is. And it'd been nice to have some landing gear or something up front. But overall, I mean, it's not too terribly bad for what it is. And what it is a combiner. So let's go ahead and get these guys into the Duocon Battletrap mode and see what we think about that.
Transformers!
And here we have Battletrap in his Duocon combiner form, and I love this figure. I think this is fantastic. It's got a lot of articulation. It just harkens back to the old one, Duocon. The fact that these two connect so well, I think they did a great job with the design. I just really want to fly wheels now. Please give us fly wheels. I mean, it works, and it works well. I mean, it really, really does a good job. The only gripe I have is I wish that this blade would fold up into the backpack, so it's not just hanging there. It kind of gets in the way a little bit as far as posability goes, but it's not too terribly bad. Other than that, I mean, the thing's really stable. It works well. I kind of wonder how well these joints are going to hold up in the future. Right now they seem relatively tight, but it feels like they could at some point go loose, but I guess that's nothing some floor polish can't finish. You know, we shouldn't have to fix our own Transformers. Make them good. But yeah, this guy's so awesome. I love him. As far as articulation goes, his head rotates back and forth. He does have a swivel at the waist because the head is the other joint. His arms have a hinge here, but it's mainly for transformation. Ball joint up here, so we get a very, very wide range of movement around, which is nice. He's got a ball joint at the elbow. His legs kick up, about that far. They kick all the way back. They also kick all the way out because they're on ball joints. He's got a ball joint at the knee, which is really nice. And then he has a ball joint at the foot, which is very nice as well. And we get a little bit of ankle pivot, with this being his widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. So taking a closer look at Battletrap himself here, I like the head sculpt. I like the blue head. The yellow goldish eyes look nice. I like the canopy hanging down. All the paint apps on him, very, very nice. The white, kind of off-white color that the helicopter is looks good. The only thing that really kind of bugs me is the helicopter blade on his back. It's a little cumbersome. It'd been nice if those folded together and kind of went up into his back there. Other than that, I really can't complain much about the upper torso. I think they did a good job with it. I like how it clamps down onto the lower half of the body, and it even has waist articulation, which is awesome. Now taking a look at the midsection of the figure, this is where the two robots combine to form Battletrap, and I gotta say it's pretty ingenious how they did it. They used the head from Roadtrap there to lock the two bots into place, and his chest kind of comes down and makes the upper part of the legs. I think they did a good job. It works well. It pops on and off relatively easy, but also maintains a nice tight connection. Nothing feels loose on this figure, which I do appreciate. I kind of wonder over time, will it loosen up? But it seems pretty good and pretty stable thus far. I've been messing around with it for about a week, posing it, transforming it, going back and forth between the Gestalt and the two bots in their vehicle modes, and I've had zero issues thus far. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, which is pretty much Roadtrap here. His chest kind of breaks apart and goes down to become the upper part of the legs, which is actually pretty ingenious. I really like this design. I think it works well. I like the big clunky truck bits for his feet. I think that works well. He's got these nice, really big back heels that stabilize the figure well. Really, the only qualm I've got to it is his hands kind of stick out there. Been nice if they kind of folded up and kind of hidden away, but, I mean, that's the biggest gripe I've got, and it's a minor little nitpick in this Gestalt mode. So is the Duocon Battletrap, or Decepticons Battlelash and Roadtrap, something that you want in your Transformers collection? I'm going to say yes. I have a lot of fun with this figure, posing it, transforming it. You know, I saw these guys and bought them as a whim, and I'm really glad I did. I personally think this is probably the best figure out of the Power of the Primes set thus far. I love how they combine. I think they nailed the Gestalt mode here perfect. I only hope we get flywheels out of this. That was the one I had as a kid, and I really loved it. And if they do it anything like this, I will be more than happy. If you see this, definitely pick it up. I personally only seen one Battlelash and one Roadtrap in the store, and that's why I went ahead and picked them up. Because it's a lot of fun. They did a great job with the figure set, for sure. It's very posable. It looks good. It's got that old G1 flavor to it. And, well, it's a modern combiner. So there he is, Battletrap from Transformers Power of the Primes.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.